Welcome back to the channel. So you've seen how the shop was built, and it took me a lot longer than I expected, really. I mean, I put a month on it, didn't I? Wrong answer. And so what can you expect from the channel? What we're going to do, what I'm going to show you is the builds that we're doing in the shop, life and times around the shop, because it's not all about just working away. Sometimes we have a laugh here, I'll be honest. Also, what I would like to show you is a few sort of how-tos and stuff, or how not to's at times, because a lot of the times we do stuff and it's brand new to us. So we're learning how to do things, and we may muck it up massively when we first do it. And if we can pass on that knowledge and the pitfalls that we come across, so you don't do it if you try the techniques at home, then that's absolutely fantastic for us. So we'll be a bit of guinea pigs, and we'll try all this stuff, and we'll get it right eventually, because we don't give up in the shop. But what can we expect from the channel? Well, I'm going to show you a few examples of it, and we'll just cut some of them in now. It doesn't look right. The way we've been doing it is, I started off with really coarse sandpaper as a belt, but a bit of pipe lagging, wrapping it around the pipe lagging, and I'll do a little bit at the minute. Oh, actually, I want to get rid of these slightly skewy lines. So it's pulling it down at the minute. All in one direction. Now, additionally, when I was doing it to start getting it in there, it was that sort of thing, just to do it. But to finish it off, pull it all in one direction, and I think it works. It get quite a nice effect with it. But something we did that we shouldn't do, and I've learnt this now because you learn by mistakes. It's the first time I've ever done it. So when we took all the paint off it and everything, we DA'd it. Now a DA is a rotational sander, so it's a what's it? Yeah. Well, that's an old one. Rotational sander, DA, buzzy, and it spins around. But what it did, when you take it back and you get actually down, get down to the metalwork, is it makes little tiny, like swirls in it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's rotating. So you get little tiny swirls. And then to actually get rid of these swirls has been an epic. Okay, new day. Sometimes you end up doing other things, and exactly what I ended up doing yesterday. But where are we up to? Right, let me see if we can get that. Right, so that's where I was up to. I started stepping this down. You can see I've started stepping the alley down. Started to build up a cone. It needs to be 30mm at this end, and it's 50mm at this end, so we've got a little bit of way to go. I will carry on doing that and reducing it down. Then what we'll do is, if I keep looking over that way ever so slightly, it's because I'm making sure that, because I've got a screen here sort of there, and I'm just making sure I've actually pointing it at my head. Amateur, no. Anyway, Paul, so we updated it. I'll show you the two. Here's the comparison. There you go. So we changed it out to Sbomb as opposed to Sbomb Vintage Workshop, because we thought, well, at the end of the day, we sort of got separate entities to it, and it's overarching is Sbomb, isn't it? And again, we had a little bomb, the siren red, put on the bottom. For that one, our first hoodie was just like super old school like that. Which was the black hoodie. Again, we put a little bomb on the back and the logo on the back there, and this on the front. So that's the black Sbomb hoodie. Then I thought I'd go a little bit military-esque, you know, because of the background. I don't know whether you know it or not. I'm not going to keep shouting about it. And I thought I'd do this little mil-spec one, which was black on green. Flavour of the month at the minute, really, isn't it? So we did a straight up black logo on the back, and then the logo on the front, little bomb as usual in the bottom corner, and I thought I'd put a nice little Union Jack on it, because we're British, aren't we? Yeah. We did that to make this little bracket. Yeah, it does look like a piece of angle iron at the minute. It won't do when we finish with it. I think I've buzzed this off already. You can see a bit of paint on it. Right, we'll whip off a piece of that. Let me just have a quick measure. That's what's required. Alright, it's only about I'll whip it down more accurately when I've done it, but I'll screw that end off as well. That's what we require. We build bikes in the shop, but we also sell them for people. This is a Harley Davidson, would you believe it? Scrambler. Now, I've seen some Harley Davidson Scramblers done before and they're not that great, but this one is absolutely mint. It's a brilliant bike, 1200cc. Whoa, we nearly went then, see that? Nearly caught me. See that little wobble? So it's a 1200cc. Originally, the 883 engine's bored out, so it's got the quicker cams in, so it's an absolute beastie. But they've had some really, really nice work done to it. The tank was all fabricated by Lamb Engineering and the fenders as well. And a lot of time and effort has been put into this machine. Talon wheels on it that were made up specifically for this bike. And it's just a great build all round, I think. It's a really nice machine, and when we were asked to put it up in the shop for sale, I was like, yeah, absolutely. You know, it's going to fit in really well with what we do, and specifically that it'll bring in a little bit of revenue, because I certainly think somebody's going to come in here, see it, and just want it, you know. So this bike's in fact for me. Now the reason it's for me is, you're probably asking, why hasn't he got a bike? He owns a bike shop. Well, I built a bike for me, and then I was asked whether I could do something for a charity auction. It was a little bit short notice, so I couldn't build anything just straight off the cuff for them, and I had my own bike. So I said, look, the only thing I've got really is my bike. Would this work for you? And they said yes, so my bike went away to a charity auction. Isn't he a good bloke? They did pay me what it cost me to build it. I said, look, if I can get the money back for what it cost me to build it, that'd be great. And then you can auction it. It made, I think, 8 times more than what they paid me, which is amazing. It was superb for them, which is great. So I'm doing a bike for me. This is a 1959 Triumph. When it came to us, didn't quite look like this. It was a little bit different. So we've been changing it up quite a lot. And it's really coming together. I wanted to go with like a board tracker look for it, so I wanted to keep it as minimalistic as possible. You can always got a bunch of wires underneath here. That's all going to be rooted in the frame and stuff like that. So once it's all rooted in, that'll be great. But the minimalistic look I wanted to do it. I think I'm going to change the tank, as much as it's quite a nice paint on this. I want to go with something where this is just all metal. So really what I'm going to do is fabricate an aluminium tank. I've never done it before, but I know some brilliant guys who are fabricators, and they've offered to, I say they, one of them specifically, has offered to help me absolutely make the tank for it. So I'll get to make my own tank. Initially I'll probably make it right ash a bit, and then I'll get it right. So I want to make my own aluminium tank for it with a brass cap, and then make the oil tank as well. So I'll make my own oil tank and my own aluminium tank. So you can imagine what it's going to be like really if you squint a little bit, as I do when I'm trying to imagine things. All I really want, the only thing that's going to be painted on it, will be powder coated, will be the frame. The rest of it will be raw metal. So it'll be aluminium, brass, the chrome pipes and all that sort of thing. So it's going to be really, really metallic of various different metals. Hopefully it'll all work together quite nicely. But you can see the shape of it and what we're going for here, and it'll be a nice bike. So you've seen now what you can expect from the channel. That was a nice little montage of things that we do and what you can expect. They may be more specific and we'll concentrate on certain aspects of it for each programme. But if you like it, please like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon.